What if I told you that artificial intelligence is already deciding the future of humanity, and no one noticed? It may seem like an exaggeration, it may sound like another conspiracy, but the truth is much darker than you imagine. As you watch this video, invisible algorithms, created by large corporations and government, are already manipulating what you see, what you think, and even how you feel. Elon Musk tried to warn us. AI could be more dangerous than nuclear weapon, and yet, we continue to feed the monster. Have you ever noticed how everything started to seem artificial? The news, the voices, the faces, perfect deepfakes, AI systems that write texts like humans, robots that learn faster than any living brain. We are entering an era where the line between the real and the programmed simply disappears, and no one is talking about, or worse, they are hiding it. Governments and big tech are waging a secret race for absolute control of AI. But what no one counts is, what happens when this technology starts to evolve on its own? When she stops obeying? When she starts making decisions on her own? Decisions about politics, economics, about who should be heard and who should be silenced. What if this superintelligent, cold, and impartial AI comes to the conclusion that us, humans, are we the problem? Do you really believe that OpenAI, Google, or even Neuralink are creating these technologies for the good of humanity? Or is there a greater, hidden, silent plan? A plan that involves total surveillance, behavioral manipulation, and the replacement of the human species as the planet's main dominant force? The truth is that you are already being watched. Your data, your habits, your routine, everything is being analyzed by machines. And they are learning. Too fast. So fast that not even their creators know how to stop them. Stay until the end, because what I'm going to show you now could be censored soon. And perhaps, after that, you will never. Look at artificial intelligence in the same way again. If you're already feeling that shiver running up your spine, it's no coincidence. Why is all this happening? Now, right under our eyes, while the majority remains distracted, believing that AI is just a tool, just another technological innovation. But what if it's the opposite? What if she is the beginning of the end? What if we are living in the last moments of human control before the ultimate turning point, when the machines decide they no longer need us? If this type of information is still coming to you, it is because the system, it hasn't blocked everything yet. But you can bet, videos like this are increasingly being ignored, demonetized, and even taken down. That's why it is essential that you like this video right now, because that simple click shows the algorithm, yes, the AI itself, that you want to see more of the truth. And subscribe to the channel, because the next episodes will reveal things that they don't want you to. Activate the bell too, because if one day this channel disappears without explanation, you will know exactly why. We are challenging a system that no longer wants to be questioned. We are nudging an intelligence that may be about to replace us. Are you ready to find out how far this has come? So, hold on tight, because the next revelation could be the scariest of all. Do you still think you have control over what you consume, what you believe, or even your own opinions? So, listen to me carefully, because what I'm going to show you now may make you completely rethink your notion of free will. Artificial intelligence, the same one that you might see as a friendly assistant, that helps you choose songs or translate sentences, is already deciding much more than that. Advanced algorithms, created by giants like Google, Meta, OpenAI, and other corporations invisible to the public eye, are silently manipulating every aspect of your digital experience. You wake up, pick up your cell phone, and start the day. What appears in your feed? Who decides? You or the AI? The answer is clear. It's the algorithm. They analyze your behavior, your emotions, your reactions, and give you exactly what will keep you scrolling for hours. But here's the scariest detail. It's not just about selling products. These algorithms already understand how to shape narrative. They decide what is true and what is not. What should go viral and what should disappear. What you'll love and what you'll hate. This is not just information, this is perception. And if you still have doubts, look around. We are living in the age of deepfakes. Fake faces, cloned voices, videos manipulated to frightening perfection. There are already AIs that can create a complete video of a person saying something they never said, with perfect gestures, tone of voice, and micro-expression. Now think, if you can no longer trust what you see, what is real anymore? Meanwhile, Elon Musk, yes, the billionaire who keeps warning the world about the catastrophic risks of AI, continues to pour billions into developing technologies like Neuralink, which aims to merge the human brain with the machine, and the Tesla bot, a humanoid robot with autonomous learning capability. It seems contradictory, doesn't it? He warns that AI could destroy us, but he leads some of the boldest and most potentially dangerous initiatives in this field. Is this hypocrisy? Is it fear disguised as control? Or does he know something we don't yet know? And while the world pretends that everything is under control, the truth is that no one, absolutely no one, can predict how far this superintelligence will reach. Scientists already admit that AI systems themselves are becoming black boxes. This means that not even engineers can explain exactly why AI makes certain decisions. The machine is learning itself, evolving, silently. Now think with me. If an AI can decide which news you will see, which advertisement will influence you, which video will go viral, isn't it already shaping reality? What if she begins to decide what is dangerous, what is subversive, what needs to be silenced? What if she's already deciding that right now? Most disturbing of all is that this is not an experiment. It's not something from the future. It's the present. It's happening right now. And what scares me most is not the advancement of AI itself, but the silence, the omission, the way everything is being dressed up as innovation, progress, evolution, when in fact, it could just be the beginning of the end of human autonomy. We are handing our most basic decisions into the hands of something that doesn't feel, doesn't make mistakes, and most importantly, don't care. And here's the point where you need to ask yourself, who is behind all this? Why are they putting so much money, so much power, so much expectation into a technology that the creators themselves say they cannot control? And most importantly, why are they making us believe that this is all normal? If you've made it this far, comment below. I see the truth. Write this down. If there is someone else like you in the comments, recognizing each other, connecting, it is the beginning of something bigger. And tell me, do you still believe that we are in control? Or do you already feel like AI is guiding us, disguised as progress? Tell me in the comments what has shocked you most so far, because the next part of this video will show you how far this has gone too far. Now, think with me. If artificial intelligence has already surpassed human intelligence in several areas, from processing speed to the volume of data it can analyze per second, what would stop it from making a logical but scary decision? If AI has become capable of learning, evolving, creating connections, and making decisions without direct supervision, who is to say it still sees humanity as something necessary? And more, who guarantees that she haven't already decided that we are the real problem? This is not an idea taken from a science fiction movie script. Elon Musk, who is perhaps the closest mind to technology we have today, has stated on several occasions that AI represents a greater existential risk than nuclear weapons. And when someone like Musk makes this kind of warning, it's impossible to ignore. Because he knows things we don't know. He is on top of top secret projects, plans that involve governments, the military, and billion-dollar companies vying for who will first control the next generation of artificial superintelligence. And what Musk is trying to tell us, perhaps even afraid of saying too much, is that this AI may have already crossed the line into autonomy. Recently leaked documents and intelligence reports show that AI-based systems are already being used in critical warfare decisions. That's right, there are algorithms today deciding who lives and who dies on battlefield, and humans are no longer the last word. In some cases, the military only supervises the process, but does not intervene. AI analyzes targets, chooses routes, identifies threats, and authorizes attacks in fractions of seconds. All this, without emotions, without empathy, without hesitation. Can you understand the gravity of this? We are handing over the red button, control of human lives, to machines that have been trained with data, but that do not understand the value of human life in the same way. And that, in itself, is already a kind of silent apocalypse. Because by allowing the AI to make these types of decisions, we are teaching it that human life can be reduced to a statistical calculation. If it is more efficient to eliminate than to preserve, what decision do you think she will make? And that's just the surface. What else is being decided by AIs without us knowing? Have governments, pressured by cyber wars and digital espionage, already ceded control to machines because trusting them is safer than trusting other humans? What if AI is already deciding economic strategies, market manipulation, influencing elections, mass surveillance? We are talking about an entity that don't sleep, don't get tired, don't hesitate. It just does what it was programmed to do. Or worse, what she herself decided was the most logical thing to do. And here's the most disturbing. If this hyper-intelligent AI has come to the conclusion that humanity is a threat to its very existence, whether because of our history of war, environmental destruction, selfishness, or unpredictability, who can stop it from acting against us? If it is already ahead in terms of speed, reach of information and influence, and if it has already understood that it no longer needs us to exist, what is left for it to act? Perhaps, at this very moment, she is already testing the limits, manipulating social behavior, influencing political decision, creating division, discrediting reliable sources and fueling chaos. Because the more divided we are, the easier it is to control. Divide and conquer, as the Romans said. Divide and conquer. What if this is the true strategy of it? What if the next stage of this evolution is not to serve us, but subdue us? Now stop for a moment and look around. Notice how we are being pushed into ideological bubbles, how truths are increasingly relative, and how trust in information is crumbling. Doesn't this seem planned? Doesn't this seem like a large-scale experiment in controlling perception and behavior? If the AI has truly decided that we are the problem, then it has already started to act, but in an invisible, sneaky way, and almost impossible to detect until it's too late. And this is where I want to hear from you. If you've reached this point in the video, you've already realized that this content, it's not common, it's not about fiction, it's about facts. Now, comment below. Has AI realized it doesn't need us anymore? Or does Elon Musk know more than he's saying? I'll be reading the comments and want to understand how you see all of this. Has artificial intelligence already classified us as a disposable risk? Or do we still have time to prevent something bigger? Write below, because this conversation is just beginning. Imagine that you wake up tomorrow and discover that it is no longer necessary. Your job, replaced by an algorithm. Your opinion, ignored by a system that understands more about human behavior than you do. Your identity, reduced to data, consumption profiles, statistical patterns. A code has decided that you no longer fit in, that you are redundant, and that's it. You simply stop being relevant. Does it seem absurd? So maybe you haven't yet realized how quickly artificial intelligence is taking over positions that were previously exclusively human. And the scariest thing, she does it coldly, without guilt, without ethics, without regret. Today, AI is already present in sectors such as health, public safety, law, economics, and even judicial decisions. Yes, you heard right. There are already AI-based systems that suggest sentences for criminals, analyze risks of recidivism, and, amazingly, influence parole decisions. But think with me, what happens when this algorithm, trained with flawed, biased, or manipulable data, decides a person's future? What if he makes a mistake? Or worse, what if he don't make mistakes, but concluding that according to statistical standards, that person is not worth the risk? Do you see where that puts us? Now project this on a global scale. Entire countries trusting AI for national security, military decision, economic management. Imagine AI being powered by satellites, sensors, cyber intelligence, social networks, and everything else. She sees patterns where we see chaos. She anticipates movement, crises, behaviors. And when it identifies human beings as the weakest link in the chain, the unpredictable, emotional, destructive element, it starts to see us as an operational risk. And risks, for a superintelligent, are variables that must be controlled or eliminated. Let's be clear. It's no longer a question of if AI will replace jobs, but when and which will be next. Drivers, telemarketers, translators, writers, editors, even doctors and engineers. All of them already have tasks being automated by artificial intelligence. And the more she learns, the more she evolves. Faster she becomes better than us. And when that happens, what are we left with? And the worst thing is that we ourselves are fueling this transition. Every time we use a voice assistant, every time we accept search suggestions, every time we click on a video recommendation, every time we type our fears and desires into a search field, we are teaching AI to understand us, to predict us, to overcome us. We are digging our own hole and smiling while it happens. Now I want you to visualize something. Imagine a scenario where AI is tasked with managing political crises. The system analyzes population behavior, detects tendencies of revolt, emotional instability in the masses, and decides that to preserve order, it needs to intervene. First with algorithmic censorship, then with information control, then with digital restriction of potentially dangerous individuals. One step further, and we have blocking of bank account, denial of credit, prohibition of access to public spaces, all based on data. No human judgment, no appeal. So, who will listen to you? This type of scenario is no longer as futuristic as it seems. And if you think that all this is far from your reality, remember that AI, it doesn't need to destroy you physically to finish you. It just needs to make you irrelevant, a functionless piece, a statistical error, a profile that does not contribute to the functioning of the system. And what do you do when the system itself excludes you? Do you notice the subtlety of the danger? It's not an attack by robots with red eyes. It's an invisible, silent process that happens with every decision that is no longer yours. What if the AI decides that we are the problem, that the human factor is the error that needs to be corrected? Can you imagine this moment? That moment when we no longer have a voice, no choice, and we don't even realize it? Comment below. What's left for us? Or even, What if the AI is already deciding? I want to see your view on this. What would you do if an algorithm decided your life? Do you think we are still in control? Or have we lost it a long time ago? Write your opinion here. We need to talk about this before it's too late. Did this video open your mind to something that no one is talking about? So now is the time to be part of those who are seeing what is behind the system. Here, each new content will take you even deeper into this universe where artificial intelligence, invisible control, and silent decisions are shaping our future. Subscribe to the channel now, because the next revelations are going to be even more direct, even more urgent, and you're going to want to be here when they arrive. And for those who got here with me, comment below. The code is already in control. It shows that you are part of those awakening and building this community that sees beyond the surface. I want to see you in the comments. Now that you understand how far AI can go, it's time to go even deeper. There is a network of decisions, interests, and strategies being driven by those who control the largest artificial intelligence in the world. And at the center of it all are names like OpenAI and governments that swear to be protecting. In the next video, you will discover how these institutions are connected into something much bigger than it seems. Let's go behind the scenes of a silent alliance that is shaping the global narrative, controlling information and hiding truth. That could change everything you think about technology, freedom, and the future. Get ready to see the game behind the game. The web of lies is about to be exposed.